have a bit of a problem with these theories that say your dreams really don't mean anything. Think of Vivien Thomas, who had the dream that made it possible to operate for the first time on the heart and to save the lives of thousands of children born with blue baby syndrome. They were not experiencing success in their medical experiments until Vivien Thomas had this dream. From the dream, they learned that they were not stitching up the blood vessels correctly. Now, just think, Vivien Thomas could have had that dream. He remembers the dream. Then he takes it from the subconscious mind, puts it out into the conscious mind by talking to Dr. Blaylock about it. The two of them talk about it and go, oh gosh, yes, I understand. This is what it means. Now, what if they hadn't applied what was in the dream? Then the blue babies wouldn't have been saved. What if they said, oh, it's just a dream? Dreams are just silly things. Dreams are just the result of chemical reactions in the brain, neurons firing, and neurons making these patterns that we interpret as some kind of scene. Just think, all these children whose lives would not have been saved, there have been thousands that have been saved because of that dream. Anyway, I have a bit of a problem with these theories that say your dreams really don't mean anything, because I think they do. And I've had a personal example of that, and that was that I dreamt about a stranger. And it turned out that I saw that stranger the next day in waking life. So here again, we go from the message coming in the subconscious mind, comes into the conscious mind. I wrote it down. Now, the next day, I see the man in real life. And my dream told me, not only had I never seen him before in my life, didn't know he existed, but it told me about his house, his work, his best friend, and his dog. I mean, things I had no way of knowing. So I could have said, oh, isn't that a cute dream? And I even said, I must have seen him in the cafeteria before and put him in my dream. And those other things about his house, his dog, his best friend, and his work, I must have just made that up. Wasn't that cute? Just a bunch of neurons firing in my brain, you know what I mean? Well, the hard part for me, it was really hard for me to apply that message from my dream, because I am a shy person. And I did find him attractive. It wouldn't have ended up that we would have been dating and then eventually got married if I hadn't gone up to him. It took me a year before I finally had the nerve to go up to him and say hello. So you remember your dream, you interpret the dream, and then if the dream is about something you can do, you apply it, because what you're doing is furthering this relationship between the unconscious mind and the conscious mind so that they work together. That the conscious mind is saying to the subconscious mind, that's great. I didn't know that. That's really helpful. I'm going to use it now. Well, I really enjoyed being on this call with you. See you next week. Toodaloo.